The bad news, the Sharks lose to the Coyotes. The good news, they will not have to see them in the postseason. That's good, right? That's good. Anyways, this is Pucknology After Dark. We are live after every single game. I have no idea what Puck Guy is cracking up about, nor if you can see him, but yeah, he's distracting me, damn it. We are live after every single game. If you are new here, subscribe. We are great. We are awesome. So you should subscribe. We are the best. We have 1.5 million subscribers, and you should be one of them. We are also sponsored by Audible. We have hooked up with them to offer you a free 30-day trial. Go to audibletrial.com/PAD to check out the many, many, many audiobooks, 180,000 or something like that. You get a free one that's yours to keep, whether you continue using the service or not. We are also on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and all that good stuff. So if you like audio only, check us out there. And we also invite you to join the conversation. You can use the YouTube chat as we are a live show. Interact with us there. The Twitter hashtag PucknologyAD. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet at us at Pucknology, at PuckGuy14, at IReadPucknology, at AJ Strong, at J Alexander, at ChrisJWS. That's me. And you can follow his other ones as well, but fuck those guys. And with that, I think I've covered everything, all my bases here. So I'd like to introduce our panel for the night. First of all, I will go with the non-group first. Mr. Ian Reed, what's up, buddy?
Oh, just here so I don't get fined.
Doing angry Canadian things, I'm sure.
Yeah. Angry.
And in this corner over here, we have a trio. We have AJ, Puck Guy, and Gentry. Pardon the echoes over there. What's up, guys?
Desert dogs, bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of chum, lit AF, I'm sure, over there. Speaking of things that are not lit AF, that game tonight, guys. So I don't know if you guys want to start off and give your reactions. I'll throw it to the three-headed monster.
I'm just gonna say that the power play seems like it was just run by our government system because we don't know what the hell they're doing. They looked like a bunch of jackasses with their heads cut off. It was just they just couldn't figure it out. And the fact that Brendan Dillon had to get your scoring off, that's how you know you're in trouble.
Brendan Dillon had to get off. That is definitely trouble. AJ and Puck Guy, what do you think?
I don't know how I can follow that.
Dude, one shot on goal on the 5-on-3, really? One? I mean, you talk about the case when the power play, can be the difference in a game. Tonight was one of those games. So
it was the difference, just in the wrong direction.
Yeah. And the fact that they had better looks tonight shorthanded than on the power play, that's a little bit of a telling sign.
Yep. Mr. Puck Guy.
Hi. No.
He's zoned out on the chum.
Take it easy. No, it was just a frustrating extended 5-on-3. I mean, they had it well over, almost 3 minutes?
This is a 2-minute 5-on-3.
Yeah, but, with like a little tacked on because of the extra penalty. It's like, come on, guys. You need to be a little more better than that. And you had the chemistry around with it. I mean, it's serious. Come on. There's just ridiculousness going on here that you can't get the chemistry going to work it around to get more shots. Now, being said, the overtime power play was way better 4-on-3. But, again, power plays can help, but they can also hinder a team. And down the playoffs, they need to get that done. Back to you, Chris.
So if you guys could all just give a synchronized drumming motion, because I think something with all three of you doing it or whatever, but that would be good, because I think obviously initial thoughts are gonna obviously initial thoughts are gonna be a lot about the power play, and I really think that should probably be our first topic to really just beat the hell out of, because, like you said, there was honestly that 1 minute before it was 5-on-3, it looked better than the 5-on-3. The 5-on-3, the Coyotes had the puck at least a good 30 seconds of that 2 minutes, which is absurd. That should not happen on a 5-on-3. In overtime, actually, I thought that I had no problem with how they played in overtime for the most part. I mean, they had that one where they missed the net, but they got several shots on goal. They got chances, and Mike Smith does Mike Smith things. No. Ian, what do you think?
No, you know what, the power play in the overtime actually pissed me off a lot, because you have guys that can shoot the puck and like guys that know how to score, but yet it's the obvious get it to Burnsy play. Like every time, Logan Couture, you have a shot, you gonna take it? No, gonna give it to Burns because fuck, apparently on a power play, no one else can score.
You know what this reminds me of? It's one of those things where it's like, it seems like Burns is the coach's son, and the coaches keep telling him, give my son the puck, give him the puck, because he's going to do great things, and I want to make him look good. That's what it kind of looked like. It was just everything was trying to get the puck to Burns. And yes, granted, Brent Burns is the quarterback of the power play. He's normally your go-to guy, but other teams know that by now.
Right. Other teams know that, and they know that he's going to launch that shot, whether it's open or not. That is one of the things. Like there was an article on a site, not going to mention which one, I'm sure you can figure out, that was talking about what's wrong with the power play, and that came to the conclusion that just Vlasic needs to be not on the power play. But that was all it needed to fix it. But one of the charts shown was interesting, was where the majority, kind of a heat chart of where the majority of the shots are getting launched in previous years versus this year. And this year, a huge spot, right, where Burns is always at, as opposed to previous years where there's one right kind of in the middle of the ice at the very top near the blue line. So instead of launching straight down the gut, we're doing a lot more just kind of haphazard shots. And I think the Penguins were one of the first teams to really expose this last year, because it's happening a lot last year too. And then this year, everyone knows it. Everyone knows it's going to get, past Joe Thornton. Everyone knows Burns is going to launch that shot for better or for worse, and they need to start mixing that up.
Well, hold on. Listen to what Gentry has to say right now, especially after what Gen X said in the chat.
So my thing is this: is that yes, we're part of apparently the usual suspects, line up in front of the Shark store, but there's a saying that Jumbo is the QB of the quarter is the QB of the power play. You can't be the QB of the power play if you're in front of the goalie. That's usually your offensive line. So if the guy is going to be behind, that is your QB. Boyle was the QB for the power play for many years. I would say that Thornton is more of the wide receiver, or whatever tail or the tight end.
Dude, all this football talk is totally pissing off Gen X right now.
Gen X is just like shaking his fist while he's drinking his crappy Northwest beer.
But the best comment from Chester Chivo, AJ, Puckguy, and Gentry look like the police lineup after a Shark store robbery.
Yes. So there's a thing though, is go ahead. People were talking about how the power play has been a little better the last handful of games, and they've scored a couple recently. What I've noticed, though, is really it's the teams that recently have not been pressuring them and making them make quick decisions on the power play. I think this is true 5-on-5 too, but less so, is if you force the Sharks to make quick decisions, they are not very good offensively. They can, if you give them time, they will slice you and dice you. But if you pressure the puck carrier to make a quick decision, make a quick read, and throw it to someone else, not so great at that. Well, I guess that was so profound. You guys are speechless. Awesome.
I was reading the chat.
So yeah, we're reading the chat, man.
They're telling us.
God damn it! I'm doing a solo show here or something.
No, I'm sorry.
But here's the thing I have on this is
more orange sauce.
More orange sauce, more chum. And you assholes did not invite me. I'm literally half a mile from AJ's house, and these assholes did not invite me to come on down. What the hell?
I say one of these days we should all just do a combined show where we're all in the same place, just to see how that would work.
But here's the thing. I think that with the chemistry that this team has, especially on the power play, it's gotten a little stale, and you need to kind of change things around. It doesn't need to have just a freaking Joe on the half boards or Bernstein at the point. It can mean even different players on the first unit or second unit. Just something else would be.
Rocket was saying she doesn't see them practice the power play a lot, and I don't know, because I mean, I assume there's only there's probably some practices she's not at, and there's some she doesn't see, but I would have to think they would practice the power play. You would hope.
You would think.
We can beat this drum all night. So there's a few other things we definitely need to hit on this game. Let's pivot to the reffing, which was inconsistent, out of control, and I don't even know what. I mean, starting, I guess, there was just a lot of extracurriculars in this game. I don't even know where to start with that. Mike Smith throwing a shit fit over his own guy, knocking his helmet off. I don't know, Ian, you want to take this one?
Yeah. Mike Smith, I mean, man, just go YouTube Mike Smith and watch him flop around like a fucking, I don't know, one of those dudes that just sits there and goes in the wind. I don't know what the hell that was. Mike Smith is probably one of the biggest divers in the entire fucking league when it comes to goalies. You breathe on him the wrong way and he falls over and flips his mask into the sixth row. He's ridiculous. And I was, I thought it was really weird that they got 2 penalties there and the Sharks got none. But at the same time, that's the way it should have went, because they both jumped on Timo for nothing, and they both went to the box for it, which was weird. Usually they either take one or even it up or something stupid like that. But I mean, and then you saw it again, I think, in the overtime too, where he kind of flipped his mask off because he's a baby. I don't like Mike Smith. And for all you fuckers out there on Twitter saying, "Oh, well, he's an all-star goalie," yeah, the Coyotes had to send somebody, for fuck's sakes.
I mean, honestly, yeah. Honestly, he's only an all-star when he plays the Sharks. If you look at his numbers against the Sharks and against the rest of the league, he knows the Sharks. He's always owned them.
So do backup goalies, but they're not in the all-star game.
They had to send somebody.
Backup goalies, yes. Let's not get into that one tonight. Thoughts on officiating, guys? I'm sure you have a few.
Oh, I mean, the nice elbow that Jumbo took in overtime was wonderful, although it set up for a beautiful save by Joner. Shane
Doan in a nutshell, though. Shane Doan is the cleanest, dirtiest guy to play the game. Like he's very
that was Rafi Torres.
No, because Rafi Torres actually gets penalties and actually gets suspended and actually gets he's Dustin Brown, basically. Like he's Dustin Brown 2.0. He never gets called for shit, never gets suspended for shit. He's one of the dirtiest fucking guys in the game.
Is he a piece of shit like Dustin Brown?
No, almost close, but not quite.
I mean, Dustin Brown has the knee thing. I don't know if I've ever seen Shane Doan do anything quite as dirty as I've seen some dirty stuff from him. Never quite seen that bad. But AJ, you had something?
Yeah, we can bitch all we want about the referees tonight, and it clearly wasn't the best called game. But bottom line, when you look at the numbers, both teams, four power plays. That's what it was.
Oh, no, I'm not saying at all that's at all why the Sharks won or lost, because it was just weird. Like, it seemed like the refs lost control a few times. They were calling some ticky-tack things and then letting some blatant stuff go. I was trying to figure out what the hell they were doing out there.
No, there was that, but the whole thing is both teams did get 4 opportunities. The Sharks got 1 shot on goal on a 5-on-3. That, to me, was a really kind of the microcosm of this game tonight. You have to be able to put that away. Not to mention Bodker just whiffing at a wide open net. The Sharks.
Well, it turns out actually that Mike Smith did get a little bit of a stick on that one, but still, like, goddamn, it is so, that is maximum Bodker right there. Bodker.
When his stick is like 2.5, 3 inches wide, and the net is 4 feet high, it's like you put it in the exact wrong spot, and that is so Bodker. What are you going to do? But that, I mean, honestly, that the difference to me in this game tonight was just one shot on goal during a 5-on-3 is just completely unacceptable, especially again. It's not like we were playing Minnesota or Chicago or, you know, some upper echelon team. This is literally the team at the bottom of the Pacific, and this is how you go out. But then again, that's so Sharks play to the level of your competition.
You mean like they played at Vancouver's level the other night?
Did somebody say Vancouver?
Oh,
No, nobody said Vancouver. But okay, this bugs the shit out of me. This whole they play the level of their competition. They beat plenty of bad teams. They also lose to some bad teams. That shit happens. But I am going to bang on a drum that rarely I ever bang on. It actually pains me to say this, but I think the difference tonight was focus. The Sharks did not look focused, and I hate when people say that because usually they don't have much to back it up. But okay, on that freaking too many men, they had 10 guys, 10 fucking guys on the ice, okay? And then,
yeah, but when you don't get a lot of ice time, man, you got to get out there and take it.
yeah, you got to take it. But no,
that's the Ryan Close school of.
Yeah, I think I will say that this one, I think it did not look to me like their heads were in the game. I hate that thing because it's usually just thrown out there very nonchalantly. But I think that's actually part of what was going on tonight. It did not look like they were there, like on the power play, just careless. Just so many. I think there was at least 6 or 7 drop passes tonight that were ill-advised. I mean, it is 99% of the time, but holy shit, it was something else. And I don't even get on that very often. I don't know, Ian. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the shenanigans too really got them off their game more than, you know, I think a lot of just the extracurriculars. I mean, there wasn't really inconsistent calls, and, you know, guys were running around taking shots at everyone. I mean, it was going both ways too. I'm not just going to sit here and say that, you know, it was all the Coyotes taking all the cheap shots, but man, there was a lot of just cheap stuff going on tonight.
Chester said the Sharks were looking ahead to the Super Bowl. I don't know. That seems like a more likely thing.
I hear Joe Thornton does throw a hell of a Super Bowl party. So
this is true.
Hey, Chris,
Jumbo's planning a Super Bowl party.
Chris, if anybody would know this, what is the Sharks record playing nights before the Super Bowl?
I would have to look that up. What about Super Bowls before full moons? I could probably get you that one really quickly. But yeah, Thornton does throw a hell of a Super Bowl party, according to the video evidence I've seen. Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
It's stupid. This is stupid. I hate this team sometimes.
Hey, and also
we got a peak angry Canadian right there.
I'm going to say this. We should not be talking crap about Shane Doan. He's going to be a Shark in 2 weeks. We all know this.
Well, what he does,
we all know that, except for the fucking salary cap.
Oh, we'll just
look at.
We're gonna bring Shane Doan to the Sharks, and we're gonna get Arizona to pay for it. It's gonna be huge.
Yes, yeah. I was actually I was on the same train as you there, Gentry. Yeah, you got it right there. I think though it really was focused tonight. Like I think the whole team is unfocused, but I think that's honestly what it was. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen 10 guys on the damn ice. That is unfreaking believable. And DeBoer was not happy. They were careless. They were sloppy, and they let the Coyotes muddy the waters with just the extracurriculars. And
right,
yeah, it was.
And the other thing too, I mean, like if you look at to kind of back up that point, because I don't like just to say things without backing it up. I mean, we saw a very rare, you know, where Michael Haley took an extra penalty. Usually Michael Haley is the guy drawing the extra penalty. He was the guy that took the extra penalty. Like you could see, like some of these guys tonight, they were just frustrated with this Coyotes team. Michael Haley just, you know, every time he tried to mix something up, seemed like, you know, someone was getting in his way, and it was such a weird game. I mean, I wish I had a better way to describe it. It was just weird.
Yeah, it was. It was somewhere between weird and bad, pretty much all night. Back to you guys.
Can I just make one point that I made on Twitter tonight? Do we all remember? Like, when was it? 2004? McLaren, Smith, and Hannon. killing against
06.
Edmonton. 06. We all remember, well, clearly you remember it better than I do, but in 06, McLaren, Hannon, and Smith killing off that 5-on-3. Tonight, we saw the exact opposite of that on the Sharks 5-on-3. It was the exact opposite. They just, one shot on goal. I'm sorry, that's just going to stick in my craw for a little bit.
I wouldn't call it the exact opposite because I believe it's the Oilers that were the opposing team in that. They actually ran a competent power play. It was just great penalty killing because Randy was saying, "Oh, great penalty killing by the Desert Dogs tonight."
Drink.
Yes, but I absolutely disagree. I don't think it was great penalty killing as much, at least on that one, as the Sharks were just not good. They were, and our favorite insider for the Sharks was pointing out how bad the ice was, and I definitely saw some bouncing pucks. But again, that wasn't why that power play was bad. It was just bad. The execution was piss poor. They were letting them pressure the puck carrier on a 5-on-3. I mean, that shouldn't happen. There's always going to be a guy wide open. So,
hold on. Can we just address the chat for a second? Somebody said
No.
they should have worn the Warriors jerseys during the game, and that way you could have had like Burns on the outside just shooting threes the whole time.
Or no, they would make an ill-advised. Hold a minute. No, they were just like the Warriors, making ill-advised behind the back passes that go the other way. Oh, what?
Well, I'm gonna say this is
Meow.
all right. So the thing about the power play is I'm gonna say this: piss poor passing produces piss poor power play. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, that was a pissy take right there. Okay, God, we are. Yeah, you can tell it's a loss when we are just lighting it up. It's definitely on the R side tonight. We apologize to all our listeners. And if you are new here, subscribe. We are here, your post-game therapy after every single loss. Dr. Jackal in the chat, aka Gen X. Step 1, find Joe. Step 2, Joe finds Burns. 3, ? Step 4, profit. Yep.
Profit.
That is pretty much the Sharks power play scheme at the moment. A earlier comment in the chat from Tyler Gong was they practice the power play as much as Couture practices face-offs.
Wow.
And with that, should we beat that drum? I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers, but I look at them now. And wait, Arizona 33, Sharks 25 on the face-offs. And I'm going to guess that Couture's was probably putrid. Looking at it right now and just looking for that low number. Oh, that's Tierney. Where's Couture at? Hey, Couture, 20% on the face-offs tonight. Who wants to grab this drum and go to town on it?
I'm sorry, did you say who wants to grab AJ's drum and go to town on it?
Did somebody say face-offs?
No, like I've said many a time, yeah, I bang the face-off drum, but I'm not talking that they have to win every face-off. I'm saying that it would be really good for the Sharks to win the key face-offs, like the face-off when you're on the PK and it's in the defensive zone, when you're on the power play and it's in the offensive zone. You don't have to win every single one at center ice. But there are some key face-offs that would be really great for the Sharks to win. I don't care if they're under 50%. It's the key face-offs that I'd really like to see the Sharks get better at, along with, obviously, the power play. But, hey, moving on, this is I swear to God, after we talked about Vancouver, I think one or two people on pad – either after Chicago or after Vancouver, kind of looked at this as a trap game, and it kind of was.
I don't like the expression trap game.
You invented it!
Meh. I invented it? No. Just, I don't know. I can't tell you why they were unfocused because I'm not in their heads. But I would say clearly they were unfocused, whether it was they were looking ahead or whatever the hell it was. Or it could also be partially it's Mike fucking Smith who owns the Sharks, and I swear to God, just if you seriously look up his numbers against the Sharks, look up his numbers against the rest of the league. It's just what the hell? This
Is
guy
focus
owns the
the
Sharks.
fancy stat in hockey? Is that what we're getting at?
What was that?
Is focus a new fancy stat in hockey?
Yeah, we just needed like an acronym for that or something like that. But no, we had Geico Advanced Analytics where they talked about how who scores the most goals on the power play because that's advanced analytics.
It drives me crazy.
Great.
Hey, but that brings me to the Pucknology unfortunate play of the night, and that goes to Logan Couture.
we need a theme music for this or something.
I know, we really do. The unfortunate play of the night. I'm giving it to Logan Couture. All right. Logan Couture is the unfortunate play of the night because he was, pushing around with Max Domi and fucking drop the gloves or get back in the play, dummy. Yeah, I don't know. That's my unfortunate play of the night.
I was thinking what we really need is for wins, 3 stars. We should do, in addition to what you just did there, we should also have like the 3 poop emojis of the game. And I think that's definitely, he's the first poop emoji for that one. I don't know. AJ, you want to nominate the second poop emoji of the night? AJ, you're on mute.
Sorry. Second poop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who did the third one go to?
We don't have the third one yet. So the first poop emoji of the night is Ian's play there for Couture.
For Couture, yeah, doing silliness while the play was happening.
Yeah, drop the gloves or get back in the fucking play.
Yeah, no, I'm totally down with that. I think 1 and 2, it's almost like a 1A, 1B tie between Couture and Bodker having 2 opportunities that he couldn't bury.
So Bodker gets the second poop emoji of the night. Third poop emoji of the night. I don't know. This one's hard. I'm not gonna say. You want to do it, Ian, or do you want to do it?
Let Gentry do. I'll let Gentry go.
This is going to be my nomination for the third poop emoji of the night. Was Martin Jones in the shootout? That was atrocious. He was getting undressed like a.
I'm gonna overrule that one because he was fucking awesome all game long, and it should never have gotten to that point. Overruled.
Since you overruled Gentry, I'm gonna say Brendan Dillon giveth, Brendan Dillon taketh away.
Yeah, I would agree. And I was going to give the honorary mention on the 3 Pope emojis to Martin Jones because of that. So Gentry, we're on the same wavelength to some extent, but I did not want to give him the humiliation of having the 3rd poop emoji of the night because that save an OT. Holy fucking balls.
You know what? Niemi has made some cool saves like that, and then he's gone around and screwed us in a game. I mean,
you realize the skills competition is not
made a
in the
career of
playoffs,
it,
right?
Yeah. But the thing is that Martin Jones, should have read those shootout, shooters a little bit better, but he was getting undressed like he was in a porn, all right?
I don't know. I won't disagree. It's a shootout, though. The shootout.
I really can't shit on him too much for that because, the shootout and the skills competition is not a part of the playoffs. So really, I can only give him so much crap for that. And I swear to God, the thing that probably pissed me off the most, though, about the shootout was on that first one, Marleau going way out wide. Every fucking time I hate anyone who swings wide on that because you take away half the goddamn net.
You asked both of the guys that were sitting here. That was the first thing I started screaming about when I saw Marleau go out. When I'm like, oh my God. And then you see Couture just come in fast and hard. That seems to be.
So I can back this up with numbers too. The shooting percentage, if you stay between the dots and if you go outside the dots, it's 2 to 3 times higher between the dots. Guys who do that score at a much lower clip. That just pisses me the hell off.
And that percentage is when you go wide, that percentage has gone down after they got rid of the spinorama crap. So unless you're going to go for a spinorama highlight reel, shootout goal, stop wasting your time and go straight towards the net.
And Nick and Rob, yes, Bodker will always get my poop emoji.
Yeah, he's on your poop emoji Hall of Fame. But those of you in the chat, if you want to nominate any other honorary mentions for the poop emojis,
we're gonna have a Hall of Fame for the poop emojis, And we're going to have shirts. It's just going to have the poop emoji, and then it's going to say 89 on there.
Yeah, he's gonna have a He's gonna have a banner in the SAP Rafters 89.
Well,
poop
if we're going to talk about banners, we need to get one that says Brendan Dillon scored tonight.
Speaking, yeah, that was wow. Yeah, that was a good shift that they put together leading up to that. I guess we should talk about one or two positive things, but that was a hell of that was a shift. Like you could tell they were probably going to score there somewhere or get robbed horrifically.
For those of you wondering, Puck Guy had to go drop a deuce. He'll be back.
He's dropping the fourth poop emoji of the night. And awkward silence. Okay. Yeah, there's poop. Oh, Jose Chavez. I like this one. Poop emoji for the people wooing in the crowd. Yes. Rocket. Poop for the woo.
Yes. No,
Puck Guy is dropping a shark.
Oh, chat, you complete us some nights.
What is going on tonight?
I don't know, Jay's saying, Puck Guy, but be sure to use some spray. I would appreciate that. This is
yes,
my house.
You have any spray in there?
Use some poopery.
Oh, it's those kind of nights. It's one of those nights. That's how it's been. I also like the too much man call with the 10 sharks. I mean, there really was no other way to describe 10 sharks in the ice than too much man. Let's see if we've beaten every drum here. I'm looking over my notes, see if there's anything else. I mean, really, that's everything I had for the game. Any other things you guys want to touch on in the game before we put a poop emoji bow on this one? You're muted, guys.
I'm done with this shit.
You're done with this shit?
Yeah. Steel City Crew claims they didn't start the woo. I thought they took credit for it before.
No, dude.
Everyone's angry at them.
My toilet or something, man. What's going on?
No.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, then. So let's talk about what all went on tonight. I'm sure, Ian, since you're here, we can do a little around the league since you probably watched every single game. But
Oh no,
I was keeping an eye on. Oh yeah, we should probably mention that too. But I was keeping an eye on Minnesota, Vancouver. Granlund scored a hat trick. I believe it was his first career hat trick there.
I believe so.
Wild kicked the shit out of Vancouver. 6-3.
It's so funny because Vancouver, a week ago, they were talking about the wild card spot. Now they're I hope we don't fall behind Arizona.
They're like Chappelle Show, back in the game, baby, and then not so much.
Not so much at all.
And
poor Vancouver.
Burn in hell, Vancouver. Screw you. The Kings beat Philadelphia 1-0 in overtime. That must have been a thriller to watch. Washington over Montreal 3-2. Yay for the Eastern Conference. Winnipeg got whooped by Colorado 5-2.
Oh, did you see that hit on Mark Scheifele?
I did not.
You did not. You need to go find that. I have a link to a video somewhere which shows it. My Zadorov laid out Mark Scheifele, and then Trouba went after him. It was probably the best hit I've seen all year. It's awesome. I'm surprised that Mark Scheifele didn't die.
I will have to look that one up. Toronto beat Boston again. Yay, Eastern Conference. Meh, whatever. Buffalo kicked the shit out of Ottawa 4-0. Anaheim lost to Tampa Bay, but in the shootout, so Anaheim gets a point. But we're still ahead. Carolina beats New York Islanders in overtime 5-4. New Jersey Devils.
Vancouver?
No one said Vancouver. Devils beat Blue Jackets 5-1. The St. Louis Blues, their hot and cold continues. And it's cold. 4-1 loss to Pittsburgh. Nashville gets beat by Detroit 1-0. And Chicago beats Dallas 5-3. I believe that was a close one. I saw part of that. That was an empty netter, I think, closed that one out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with that, the standings, if I can find them here, I have them somewhere. Oh yes, there they are. That puts San Jose is still in the lead with 69 points now. 60, 69. 69, dude.
69, man. It's hilarious.
Yes, thank you. And Anaheim is back with 66, but the Sharks have a game in hand. Edmonton has 64, and the Sharks also have a game in hand on them. So Sharks have played one less game than both of them and are ahead at least 3 points, 5 in the other case. LA is back 11 points. So, yeah, no, the Sharks are in good position in the Pacific, even with this brain fart of a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they can get it together. Oh shit, they play Buffalo on Tuesday. Well, hello, two-game losing streak,
my old
guys.
friend.
We are at Buffalo, and I'm sure that means we will have Angry Canadian on since that is an early game. But hey, at Buffalo, that the house of nightmares. AJ, do you have thoughts on the prospects of losing in Buffalo again?
No. As long as Buffalo tries to cover jumbo with 3 players at one time, I'm all good with it.
See, they could do that. Didn't we still lose that game too?
Yeah, shut up, dude.
I know that. I mean, that was your like biggest claim to fame was that screenshot. Like that was everywhere. And
Dude,
for those of you who don't know, this is literally AJ's biggest claim to fame, other than his butthole lips. But
yeah. But other than butthole lips, thank you, fuck guy. Yes. Other than that, yeah, I trended in Canada for about 10 seconds. It was awesome.
yeah, and I remember you being like getting angry at everyone on Twitter who did not credit you with that one.
I think what we need to do is reverse Buffalo by starting our backup goalie against them and seeing what happens.
Okay, no, the universe. We do not want the universe to explode, Gentry. Like astrophysics and shit. Like the Sharks start a backup goalie and all these things. And I mean, honestly, they might as well just throw the Barracuda out there. They're going to lose that game anyway. So I don't know. Barracuda might have a better power play.
Dude,
They have a much better power play.
Astrophysics and shit, like best episode of Big Bang ever.
Yes. Astrophysics and shit. When the Sharks start a backup, I don't know. They had to start their own backup goalie against Buffalo. What other jinxes are there? Shit, I don't know. What else is bad juju?
Wear the black jerseys.
Oh yeah, with the black jersey or with the other team wearing the black jerseys, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck it, man. We're wearing Warriors jerseys the next game.
Oh god, yeah. Sharks are 0-1 on Warrior jersey night, just like they are on Fear the Fin night. I mean, guys, just there's some bad things are bad juju.
Just say when it was Giants night at the Tank, the Sharks won. When it was Warriors night, they lost.
That's
Just saying.
Yep. And let's talk a little, or let Ian talk a little bit since he's the one who's knowledgeable here. How did the Barracuda do tonight? Because that looked like an exciting one, a hectic third period.
Yeah, so the Barracuda, they just played back-to-back games against the Moose. It's the first time they played the Manitoba Moose in their history. It was a good game. I mean, the Barracuda power play, they got a really nice power play goal tonight that put them up. I think they're up at one point. I think they're up like 4-1, and then the Moose just came back in the third and just really put some pucks on the net. And Kyle Connor got a couple of goals. He was their first round pick in 2015, I believe 15th overall. He got a couple of goals for the Moose, and then they emptied their net, and then of course the Barracuda scored, and then like 11 seconds later the Moose scored again to bring it back within one, and but they couldn't get it tied up. So yeah, it was a fun finish for a game that the Barracuda kind of dominated most of.
Fun finish? You mean like Jonas Donskoy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I went with the terrible ethnic pun there.
I really like Ao's idea. Wear the Los Tiburones jersey.
That should honestly be the third jersey, please. Although I don't think Mark Purdy's ego doesn't need to get any bigger than it already is. But at least he doesn't need like Blockbot Kawakami. So I don't know. Should I tee you up, AJ? It's been a while since you've ranted about sports media in the Bay Area. We haven't been on. That's a drum we haven't beaten in a while.
Bring it. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to rail on anybody tonight. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say hat tip. I don't know who had anything to do with it. huge hat tip to Tommy Tolbert dropping the puck or doing what appeared to be the jump puck tonight.
The coin flip.
Yes, no, he's a basketball guy, so it was a jump
basketball. Hold on.
not a jump ball, but a jump puck tonight.
All right.
Love that Tommy Tolbert, who back when Remenda was with the Sharks, used to have one of the best Wednesday blocks of time every Wednesday, a good 20 minutes or so with Drew Remenda. I love the fact that the Sharks picked Tom Tolbert to do the ceremonial puck drop tonight. I thought that was fantastic. That was a great idea by the Sharks. I was totally down with that. When I saw that he was the one that was doing it, I was like, I don't think you could have picked somebody better to do it. So good on the Sharks for that one. I thought that was great. As for the rest of the radio personalities that cover the Sharks, this bud's for you.
Chester Chivo says, because when I think of the Warriors, I think of Tom Tolbert. Actually, yes, he's their color guy. He's OG Warrior. I mean, he was there when they were bad. Okay, I should be more specific. He was there when they were bad in the 90s, because I mean they were bad a freaking lot. But yeah, and more other sports talk for you there, Gen X. But no, I love Tom Tolbert actually. I think that was a great pick. And like you said, he has the Remenda segments, and he still has them occasionally. Like whenever the Oilers are here, Remenda gets on, and occasionally he gets Remenda on, which is awesome. And I assume during the playoffs, if we play the Oilers, Remenda will be on a lot. Like that's some of the best radio there is like, even I know everyone hates him, but Ray Ratto, Drew Remenda, and Tom Tolbert is fucking amazing, because there's always that little bit of like sexual tension between Remenda and Ratto. Just like, hi Ray.
Honestly,
Drew, how are you doing?
Dude, honestly, that's the only reason why I'm rooting for a first round San Jose versus Edmonton.
Just to have Ray Ratto and Drew Remenda face off again. Of course, it would be like Remenda would be probably the one saying the best things about the Sharks, and Ratto would be the one saying the worst things about them, just like old times. Ian, you have thoughts?
About various sports media? No.
Yeah, I was like, you're just like, I don't even know what the hell is going on. Like, guys,
I don't even care.
yeah, honestly.
Have you ever seen that bit from Saturday Night Live with Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake where they're doing the Bee Gees talk show, and Barry Gibb goes, what do you think about this, Robin? And he goes, no, I don't. I don't have any thoughts. That was exactly what Ian and Chris did right there. Ian, do you have any thoughts? No, I don't.
Yeah. Hey, Ian, there was a time when literally almost every show we beat the drum, and we retired that drum because we were just like, that's never changing.
No.
The Bay Area sports media does not give two fucks about hockey. It's outside of a few people that are cool, like Tom Tolbert's one of the few, and that's pretty close to it. There's a few that'll show up to Sharks games when they're in the playoffs. Yes. Yeah. Rob Hyman, grab some pine meat. Yep. Oh yeah. No, they're already on spring training by now. They're like, oh, Super Bowl's almost done. Spring training. So speaking of the Super Bowl, we should probably
go Atlanta!
just for shits and giggles, we should make our picks here just to make Gen X happy. Like we are talking a little Super Bowl. So Ian, as a Canadian, from your perspective, who will win the Super Bowl?
Who's playing in the Super Bowl?
It's yes. That is awesome. That is perfect Canadian response. So it's guys who cheat versus guys who like pump in crowd noise. Who you got?
Oh man. I guess not the Patriots was probably the right answer. I think that'll give me the more response in the chat. So I'm gonna go with not the Patriots.
Hey,
so Dr. Jackal in the chat, Super Bowl. I mean, that was this game tonight. Tonight was the Super Bowl. That's why all the poop emojis. Tyler Gong says Atlanta Falcons 23-20. AJ, what's your prediction?
Who?
Your prediction, AJ.
Oh, mine? Oh shit. Okay, do you want to know what I would put money on or what I'm rooting for?
You can tell us both.
Okay, I would put money, and I hate to fucking do it. I would put money on a 27-21 Patriots win. What am I rooting for? A 500 kajillion to 1 Atlanta win.
How do they get the 1 point?
Okay, 500.
There's no 1 point play.
500
Yes.
kajillion to a safety.
Yeah, I was like, dude, the only thing unrealistic about that is that 1 point prediction. I mean, come on, dude. Get realistic. Okay, Gentry, what do you think?
A Rouge. Go ahead, Jim.
I'm going to say that the Patriots are going to take it because we all know that the refs in the NFL love themselves some Patriots.
No, they love themselves some Tommy.
Mhm.
I will go with Atlanta pulling off the upset, 30-27 in overtime.
Ooh, I
Wow,
like
dude, you know there's
Super
never
Bowl's
been overtime
never
in the
been
history of the Super
overtime.
Bowl, right? There's never been overtime. I am going to go with Atlanta 35 and Patriots 31. I like the upset. I think it's going to be high scoring as hell. So there's your Super Bowl talk right there.
By any chance, do you know what the over/under actually is right now from Vegas?
I heard it was one of the highest on record. I haven't seen what it actually is because I'm not a degenerate who gambles all the time. So
Oh my god! Here's the crap out of me is I said, you know what the over/under is, and Puck guy said over/under as if he had never heard that phrase before in his life.
I've heard of it. I'm trying.
hey, come on, dude. Have you ever listened to KNBR? Call me right now. I have inside information on 49ers versus Seahawks. You can get free unrecorded message. You get this pick for free and it'll be correct, or all the rest of my picks are free. Like if this pick was wrong, we'd want the rest of your picks for free, but whatever. What is the over/under, AJ?
Jesus Christ! I swear to God, I'm looking on it right now. Right now, I can only find betting line. Money line.
I mean, there's that is one of the most fun things about the Super Bowl is the prop bets. I should look to see what they are.
I got it. Over/under. It opened at 57.5. It closed at 58.5. So
Yeah.
basically 58 is the over/under. So you're talking a 30-28 score potentially. Jesus Christ! And you know what? From what I understand, typically I think over the last 20 years, the over has won like 18 out of the 20 times. And this one, boy, Atlanta, where are they playing? Houston, which is that in a dome?
Indoor.
It's
and
indoor,
on field
right?
turf, yeah.
Oh, shit, I'd take the over.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with the over on that one. If you ever want to feel delightful, just laugh, go look at the prop bets of the Super Bowl every year. It's hilarious. They come up with so much shit. I remember a couple years ago, like when Peyton Manning was in there, like how many times they're going to show the Mannings. You could bet on literally everything about the Super Bowl, the coin flip, the first play, just every damn thing.
Why
It's
don't they play in the
hilarious.
snow?
What?
I said, why don't they
play on an ice surface with skates? Like football skates would be awesome.
No,
Yes.
dude. The first prop bet that Ian is playing is how many Canadians could give a shit about the Super Bowl?
Oh, lots of Canadians.
The over/under is 0.5, and then take the under on that one.
No, lots of Canadians give a shit about the Super Bowl. I just don't care about football.
Yeah, but see,
So
here's the thing, though, is that if I'm not mistaken, Ian, on CTV they're playing the American ads, and on TSN they're actually playing Canadian ads.
You know what? I have no idea. These things I don't care about. I just always, you know what? I instead of like watching the commercials, like watching the stupid game for the commercials, I just watch the stupid commercials on YouTube after.
Yep, that's the smart way to do it. So Laurel has given us direction. We are to cease talk about the Super Bowl, and we will do that now, I think. On the subject of tomorrow, though, I know the Super Bowl's ratings are going to take a big hit, though, potentially if Writers Room were to go. So
Right,
what are you doing about that, Ian? What's your plan?
Look, I don't want to have my country invaded because I steal all the ratings from the Super Bowl. So on Monday,
Build a wall.
yeah, the wall's we're gonna build the wall first. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen. We're going to go Monday night instead, same time, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. We're going to have Kurt Price on. He's going to talk to us about all the fun stuff going on in St. Louis, including obviously the Hitchcock firing. And, we'll get into some other stuff too. So if you have any questions you think that I should ask Kurt Price, please let me know. Just DM me on Twitter.
Yep, that's Kurt Price of letsgoblues.com. He was on earlier this season with us, and he was on during the playoffs as well. So good friend of the show there. What's up, guys?
Tomorrow, replacing Pucknology's writer's room will be Super Bowl After Dark.
That'll probably be on one of our alternate channels because that'll probably be on either mine or Puck Guy's channel. But I'm sure there might be some shit talk on there.
Also, on the topic of writers' room too, I'm looking at the schedule because the New Jersey game is so effing early. We'll probably just go as normal. You'll probably get an After Dark after that, and then we'll just go as normal at 7.
Yeah, so if you aren't familiar with Writer's Room, hit the little search bar above my shiny head here. Search for Pucknology Writer's Room. It's also on the channel links here on the After Dark channel. But check that out, subscribe. And if you are new here, subscribe here as well. We don't talk as much football as we have tonight. Literally, I think this is probably the most football we've ever talked in the history of the show. That whole 5 minutes on the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, Laurel. I'm really sorry. And AJ, what's up with the Pucknologists?
So we had our bye week last week. Took it a little early this season. So we should be back with something new, I want to say by Tuesday night. But as a special for the listeners, even though we did take a bye week, we're looking at coming out with 2 shows next week. One is a regular one, and one we are set up to do a fun interview with someone. You will find out who. You have to follow @Pucknologists on Twitter and on SoundCloud to find out who it is. But this following week should be a lot of fun, man.
Oh, wow. I'm riveted.
Yeah, it's very riveting. Clickbaity thing there. AJ will have 10 podcasts. You will not believe number 7. But yeah, check out SoundCloud and just search Pucknology podcasts on there for the exclusive that is the Pucknologist. It's a great podcast. It's the best Sharks podcast.
I'm going to promote my podcast. I'm going to be talking about fantasy hockey for
no one fucking cares.
It's just going to be a huge show. It's going to be amazing. I have all these fantasy guests lined up.
Okay, hold on.
I said we will have Pucknology After Dark fanfic before we actually talk.
I can go way inside that.
Hold on, Chris.
I want to rate Kevin Kerr's erotica.
No!
Wow, I didn't go there, but Ian just went there.
Chris, let me a few people on the chat board wanting to know, at least give us a hint. The interview next week that should be posted by Friday will be with Paul Martin's mustache.
That would be fantastic. I mean, that is a great stash. Anyway, so yeah, check that out. And yeah, there will be no Pucknology After Dark fanfic, and there will definitely, absolutely be no fucking fantasy hockey. Whenever these guys get on with their fantasy team, we're like, no one cares.
I care.
Rocket, I don't care. Rocket in the chat, heavy breathing. So yes, her future husband there, Paul Martin, Dr. Jackal, Porn Martin. Yeah, he's got the lovely stash going there. Looking ahead, of course, we are after every single game. We have a road trip coming up here. So 4-game road trip. We got Buffalo, Boston, Philadelphia, and New Jersey, with the last 2 being at 10 a.m. and 9 a.m. Pacific. 9:30 Pacific. Fuck you, Ian.
Sorry.
For your Canadian precision.
I have the calendar beside me.
Yeah, so next, I'm looking at a calendar too. Jerk. But we got next weekend. You're gonna be getting up really early, and we'll be having After Dark around like 12. It'd be like lunch with After Dark. We'll have tea and crumpets and some shit. What's your guys' prediction for this road swing? Hopefully they're more focused than they were tonight. Ian, what are you thinking?
Well, they're going to lose to Buffalo. Then they're going to go to Boston, and they'll probably beat Boston. And then, I don't know, these early games, I don't know if I'm even going to be out of bed in time to watch them.
Lazy Canadian.
No, I'll be out of bed. Come on, it'll be like 1 o'clock for the Philly game and 12:30 for the New Jersey game. Yeah, I'll be awake. All right, I guess I'll do
I
this.
missed the first period of the New Jersey game, but other than that.
Hey, motherfuckers, if you thought tonight was fun, wait till you see us after Philly and New Jersey, straight from Stanley's Live, baby.
Yeah, and you're going for the victory at sea with cereal. So wait, what's your prediction, Ian?
I think they should pick up some points here. The Buffalo game, just due to history, is the only one that really bothers me. But I'm not scared of Philly. I'm not scared of the Devils. And I don't think Boston, Boston sucks. Let's just call it what it is. That game against Florida when they come back home, though, that's concerning to me.
Yep. So you're going 1-3, or 1-3, 1-2 and 1,
3-1,
3-1. Oh, sorry. 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 because we don't want to talk about the.
Okay, AJ, what's your pick
For what game?
for the road trip here? The 4-game road trip: Buffalo, Boston, Philadelphia, New Jersey.
Buffalo, Boston, Philly, New Jersey. I'm gonna go 3-1, and of course, probably a pretty pick, but 3-1, and Thornton, of course, gets the 1,000th at TD Garden.
That would be awesome. What do you think, Puckeye?
I wish he could get 6 assists in the next 2 games. That'd be awesome.
Dude, have faith.
I will.
You will for your fantasy team.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, you can do a whole show in Shorthouse before we talk fantasy.
Well, don't forget.
Deal.
Since we're doing Buffalo,
Did somebody say Buffalo?
I say we'll go 2-1-1. Losing the game in overtime to Boston before we take out New Jersey and Philly in the afternoon.
What do you say, Gentry?
We're gonna go 0-4 on the road trip.
Mr. Optimism here. He's like, yeah, they lost tonight. Fuck this team. They're terrible. Trade everyone.
Here's the thing: is that we're facing teams that are beneath us in the standings, even though it's on the East. So we're gonna play to their level, and those teams are gonna raise their level to our standards, and then they're gonna kick our ass. And Tuukka Rask is going to get a 52-save shutout. Calling it. Or no, McIntyre will get the shutout because they're going to start their backup goalie. Calling it.
Nice.
Psychology.
I'm calling it. I'm going to call 4-0. I'm going to be super enthusiastic. I'm calling a win in Buffalo. Make the Sharks great again, and those guys have just dropped. So awesome. And it's about wrap-up time anyway. I'm assuming AJ, just Eric's presence in his house causes internet to AOL. Okay. Any final thoughts, Ian?
No. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really too upset about this game. Like, yeah, it sucked and yeah, it's dumb. But at the end of the day, big deal. You gave 2 points to a team that has no fucking prayer of making the playoffs. So big deal. And there's worse teams you could have lost to. You still took a point out of it.
Instead of deal with it tonight, it's get over it.
Get over it.
Yeah, that's very much my feeling.
Don't be a bitch, Logan. Drop your gloves.
Yeah. Just, you're going to fight, damn it.
No, exactly. Rob just hit on the head in the chat. It's a game to forget. You know what? As long as this doesn't become a trend like Gentry called for, then it's fine. I mean, if they go and peel off 3 or 4 wins, then this game doesn't fucking matter. If they go and lose, the next 4, then this game's problematic because that's where it started.
Oh God, they're writing fanfic in the chat.
Did somebody say fanfic?
Oh no!
Yeah, they're check out the chat. They're writing fanfic in there, and it's a good thing this isn't going away.
Well, right now I'm currently working on 50 Shades of Teal, 50 Shades Darker, and then 50 Shades on that 5-on-3.
Oh yes. So guys, if you want to each give your final thought real quick, and we'll get on out of here.
Pick one.
Oh.
Just go my left to right. So AJ.
Follow at Pucknologists on the Twitter machine. We'll have a new show for you, hopefully on Tuesday and Friday this week. Follow us on SoundCloud to find out when.
I've got nothing, but I cannot wait to talk about our Wednesday night rivalry game against our main rivals in the East, the Florida Panthers. It's gonna be amazing.
He just lost it. I will be with you for most of the road trip all the way. Wow, Ian, you okay over there, bud?
Yeah, we'll get.
So,
Aaron,
is your very presence causing AJ's internet to slow down or something?
We just had to switch laptops.
His
Oh.
Different connection.
Yeah, his first computer died, but all the best, and can't wait to talk about the Buffalo Sabres on Tuesday.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Ian is trying to bludgeon himself with a water bottle. Yeah, and I think with that, we're probably getting done here. So my final thought is just like Ian's, game to forget. The Sharks are a better team than this. They can do way better. Don't let this one drag you down. Actually come focused and ready to play in Buffalo and prove me right by winning there so we can raise another one in Buffalo banner. Looking at you, Chivo. That better be ready to go before before we're even on air here.
that you never existed.
What was that?
Sharks Panthers, the night you never knew existed.
Yes, that the best hidden rivalry ever. I mean, it's just everybody knows it. It's alternate facts there. With that, as we close out here, remember we are live after every game. Subscribe, hit the little red button. We are whoring out for subscribers. We're almost at 400, which is ridiculous. So hit the button if you haven't already. Get us to 400 because I'm hosting and it's tremendous. What are you guffawing at, Ian?
I can't say it on air.
The fanfic. We have to screenshot this stuff and capture it for later. This is probably going up on Twitter. With that, tune into Pucknology Writers Room on Monday night with guest Kurt Price.
Yes,
as
absolutely.
AJ mentioned, the Pucknologists. I think that's all the plugs other than we are sponsored by audible.com. Go to audibletrial.com/PAD. Check it out. There's awesome books on there and all that good stuff because I was actually listening to Audible book the other day because I need a break from all the damn hockey. Hockey. And Ian doesn't even know what I'm talking about. There are hockey books on there as well. So check it out. audibletrial.com/PAD. You can even get your hockey stuff on there. Check us out on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher, MySpace, Adult Friend Finder, and every site there is out there, really. If we aren't on a site, let Ian know. We can get on there. With that, the Sharks lose 2-3 in the shootout to the Arizona Desert Dogs. Drink. Yeah. Our apologies. We'll try to be better next time. Have a good.
Yeah, this isn't the typical show for us. We're usually better than this.
Yeah, we will try to be better.